Sleep. Something we don't really cherish as much as we do as busy adults with all of our commitments and distractions and so forth. But we really have to change that once we have children. And this video is all about why it's important for a toddler to have good sleep and a good bedtime routine. You need a bedtime. And I'm gonna tell you why I think that's so and how it's benefited me and my family. First, the formalities. Hi, my name is Brittany Kelly, but my friends call me BK. I am a mother of 3. I have a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 6-year-old, and I am expecting baby number 4 currently. I definitely know all about dealing with the toddler phase because I've been stuck in toddler phase for many years. So I can tell you all about it, especially since I have firsthand experience and I love to research. So I want to give you all the information that I have come across that has been very helpful to me and my family. So with that all being said, let's get into the video. First, why is sleep so important? So sleep is an essential part of development. It is so important, and there is no greater time for development of a human being than when you are between the ages of 0 to 3 years old. So during this very critical developmental stage, this foundational stage as I like to call it, you really want to focus on making sure that the baby or the toddler has as much sleep as they actually require so that they can maximize their growth and potential during this very special time of their lives. So what actually happens during sleep that is so important? Well, during deep sleep, your muscles and tissues actually repair and grow. It's a rejuvenation and restoring time for the body and the mind. Your memory is improved during this time, and you are also releasing and synthesizing hormones that are very important for growth and development. So this is really the time where your body does its necessary work to prepare you for the next day and for long-term growth and development. So during sleep is the time that you really need to restore and replenish your body and grow. That's when your muscles are growing. That's when you get more energy and more blood flow to the certain areas that need growth or healing. So this is a very important time because during your awake time, you don't have as much focus on those particular tasks as you do when you are asleep. So here are some of the benefits of good sleep, and this applies to children and adults. So if you don't have a child and somehow you click this video, this information is still pertinent to you. It improves your memory. It improves your ability to learn. It also improves your behavior and your mood. I mean, who isn't cranky when they haven't gotten enough sleep? Definitely a toddler. A toddler is cranky. And last but not least, it increases your health as far as your mental health and your physical health. 2 very important things for a well-balanced and overall healthy life. Now, obviously, if you lack sleep, you will lack in these areas of benefit. You will lack in ability to learn as well, to remember things as well. You lack in development and your physical and mental health. So you definitely don't want to ignore it for your growing and developing toddler and baby. So as far as sleep recommendations go, the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends that children from the ages of 0 to 1 get about 12 to 16 hours of sleep. A child that is from ages 1 to 2 needs about 11 to 14 hours of sleep. And children who are between the ages of 3 and 5 need about 10 to 13 hours of sleep. Now, I don't know about you and your family or your friends, but I have noticed over the years a lot of my family and friends having issues as far as helping their babies and their toddlers go to sleep. If you haven't gotten a chance to see my top tips for helping your newborn sleep longer, please check out that video once you finish with this one. I'll leave a link up here and also in the description box. But I have noticed some of my friends, they will not establish a bedtime routine. They will not establish a bedtime for that matter. And they kind of just have their baby going about their personal way of living life and having sleep as an adult. And obviously as an adult, if you're sleeping 8 hours or even some adults less than that, and your toddler requires somewhere around 14 hours, they're really deprived of sleep, and you want to make sure that you're giving them all that they need to flourish and grow, right? As parents, we don't want our children to just survive, we want them to thrive. And making sure that they have enough sleep is one of the ways that we can do that. And we can't just bypass the bedtime because it is tedious, it can be annoying. Sometimes our children don't want to go to bed. A lot of times, and we really have to put our foot down and as parents do what we know is best for their growth and development in a gentle, helpful, understanding, loving way, of course, but we have to be consistent. And especially for new first-time parents, I know this was true for me, it can kind of be difficult to get into putting your foot down in a gentle manner when it comes to these really tedious things such as bedtimes, but in the long run, it benefits everybody. So with that said, hopefully you are now motivated to listen to some of my suggestions as far as sleep routines being very important. Now you need these sleep routines to help improve the likelihood of sleep and maintaining your bedtime. One of the tricks that I have found as far as maintaining a bedtime is maintaining a wake up time. If every day you make sure your child has to be up at 6:30 a.m. or 7 a.m., they are guaranteed to be extremely tired by 7 p.m. that night because their body is going to get into that circadian rhythm that is controlled by sunlight and lighting and just a natural process that mammals, humans, animals have. We have this biological clock inside of us, and if you really set that clock and you set a routine, your child will eventually fall into line with that said routine. Toddlers love routines. At first it may seem tedious and annoying, but once you get one established, they literally thrive in a routine state. So please, if you haven't tried it yet, give it a try and see if waking up at the same time during the day helps you establish a bedtime for your baby at night. Now, when you establish these routines, as far as bedtime routines, which I plan to do another video for that, for my children's bedtime routine. So if you haven't subscribed yet and you like this type of content, hit the subscribe button now, hit that notification bell so you get all the notifications so you don't miss that video or anything else that's like it. But I just wanted to tell you that bedtime routines, you just don't want to make them too complicated. I'm going to give you just a snippet of what I'm going to make later, but you don't want to make it too complicated. Just make it simple and easy so that's something that you can execute on a daily basis. Bath, stories, bed. Make those your checkpoints of your nighttime routine for your babies, and they'll kind of just fall into it without you feeling like you have all these different steps and things that you have to remember and that they have to remember, or a future babysitter has to remember in case you need to leave earlier. So definitely keep it simple and easy for yourself and everybody involved. Also, lavender scents are very helpful in making you relax and get ready for bed. You can use a diffuser with essential oils to just make the room smell of that lavender. You can use bedtime bath essentials that have a lavender scent just to get everybody calm and ready and cooled down for bed. last but not least, I want to talk about screen time. Now, screen time is so important when it comes to bedtime because those blue rays from the television or screens can really disrupt melatonin production. Children who are very small really do take time to produce melatonin, so you want to give them the right environment to produce that particular hormone, which causes us to go to sleep. They need, to me, the maximum amount of time allotted for them to create that melatonin to be tired. So my suggestion for you and anyone who would ever ask me is about 90 minutes before bedtime, turn off the screens. If you can't do 90 minutes, at least minimum 30 minutes. Better 60, 90 to me is really golden. So you give them plenty of time to create that natural melatonin and go right to sleep. Speaking of melatonin, I just want to give you my personal thoughts on melatonin. I know some parents use it to help their children go to bed and fall to sleep. And to me, it's a little bit like drugging. It's just a touch, a little bit. But you definitely don't want to become dependent on that. All jokes aside. You don't want to become dependent on anything like that. For me personally, I have never given my children melatonin because it is a hormone. So I just don't feel comfortable giving them too many synthetic hormones, and we already have so many that we are absorbing without even thinking about it, such as things that we drink that are fortified with vitamin D. Vitamin D is a hormone. If it's been fortified with it, it is a synthetic hormone. So hormones are long distance messengers in the body, and they do so many things and they send so many messages. They're very complex, and science is always uncovering new things that it actually triggers that we don't even know about. So I get a little bit hesitant when it comes to synthetic hormones and triggering other messages that I may not want to trigger in my child that science has yet to uncover. So with all that said, I just keep it very simple and I do not give them melatonin, but what I do is try to keep them away from screens 90 minutes before they go to bed, and that really helps their natural melatonin to come in and everything is fine with the world. Now let me know in the description box if there are any other parents who've actually tried that, what do you think about those things, and just have a gentle conversation about all of that. But I hope that you have found this information very useful and motivating. If you are considering what to do with your child who does not sleep and kind of want to give up, I'm here to tell you, don't give up. Keep at it, be consistent. It is important to their development, so you are on the right track and trying to push through any hardships that you have, helping them get to sleep. I love talking about this type of material, so I will have another video for older children for exactly what I do for my toddler and my preschooler and my first grader for their bedtime routine. I do have the one for the newborns, but I want to talk specifically about the bedtime routine around having multiple children and them being a little bit older and what they do. If you like that idea, just hit the thumbs up on this video and let me know. And if you are a part of this community, thank you for always being here for me and being so supportive of me. And thank you to everybody who congratulated me on my pregnancy. I really appreciate all of your love and support, and I do look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.